time on the clock is just about up. They have the 11th pick in the draft, and it looks like Peter Vermees and Dave Kasper, the general manager for DC United right there, there's maybe a little deal being worked.
It's making sure you're prepped for the combine. Then it's observations at the combine.
Pretty good versatility, huh? He defends well. I mean, he understands space real well.
Most of the work is done. This is a good opportunity to come down and go through a process of player interviews, watch them do physical testing, and play the combine games. You know, it's another look. It's another opportunity to get more information about the players.
I think you guys are right. I think you're right with him. He in with us for a bit.
Could he be there at 13?
Considering he hasn't done a thing wrong, and he plays for one of the best teams in the country. It's always a little chaotic the first day. These guys are playing with each other for the first time, so it's never perfect, but the energy level's high. God, I like this kid. 83.
What I do is on the first day with the first round, I look where we're at. Last year, I believe we were number 17. I want to make sure there's 17 guys here that I like. You know, this year, on the first day, I found 13 players that I'd be happy with. So I think we'll be in good shape.
Is he German?
They've had time to spend a couple days with each other, get to know each other, and, you know, already starting to realize what their tendencies are. And you see certain guys looking for each other.
Well, Sean Franklin-esque.
We have built our roster through the draft. Nick DeLeon, Steve Birnbaum, Chris Korb, and Taylor Kemp, and Miguel Aguilar. They're all important pieces. We've done very well in the draft. We take the process very seriously, and we want to build our good core through the draft. It's still a very important tool. We bring in the sports psychologist in for the interviews.
So there's a bunch of different categories that I look at that make up our mindset, our mentality, our belief system. And then what I'll do is I'll score them on how they answer those questions. So tell us a little bit about yourself, your background. For soccer, especially at DC United, we talk about culture and what is the culture that DC United is trying to establish. So there are certain ingredients that we're looking for when we're talking to guys. Can you give us an example of a time where you faced adversity and how you handled it?
It's an important part of our decision-making process, and it's added a lot of value to what we've done.
Talent is extremely important, but character also dictates whether the talent fulfills its potential. So we're trying to find out what a guy's really made of, what their character's like.
He's having a good day as well. I'm not sure it's the right one for our pick. Today's day 5, the third day of games. This is the last day players can prove something.
He's built like a Greek god.
So we're looking to the very end for any information we have that can help us make the proper decision. We should maybe grab him in Baltimore, have a little chat with him, because he could be there.
And he's tough. He has no problem going against bigger guys. He matches up well. Julian's got some juice. I think he's a really solid guy that, you know, is just ready for level.
Thanks so much, Carlos.
Thanks, Carlos.
Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck, guys.
Take care, man. We definitely get together, start to discuss guys that we're interested in. Everybody puts on the board, and we kind of go through what we think strengths and weaknesses are of guys.
He's a GA, so he's a completely different situation, right? He's not going to cost anything initially, but at some point in time, he's going to graduate.
But having said all that, if there's someone we really believe in, let's get him. You know what I mean? Because we'll work around it. I don't want that to detract from getting a piece that we think could develop one day.
Sure, help training.
No Florida.
I'll say that. That guy's going to push training every day.
Maybe there's a piece in the league to trade for first.
I think you should definitely put a for sale sign around your neck tonight down at the bar.
And welcome to the main ballroom in the Baltimore Convention Center in Baltimore, Maryland, site of the 2016 MLS SuperDraft, presented by Adidas.
We have a trade to announce. Sporting KC have traded the 11th pick to DC United.
And here, it always gets hairy. There's still a lot of spur moment stuff. Today was as much movement as I've ever seen at the draft, so it was a lot of fun out there.
It is fascinating, especially when you have characters like Ben Olsen. He is gesticulating all over the place.
The emotions are pretty high, pretty exciting getting a trade done with Kansas City.
And with the 11th pick, DC United select midfielder Julian Boucher.
You think about draft day the whole time and which team could you pick up? It could be everybody. Got lucky it worked out and DC picked me up.
Julian is a guy I think would have went very, very shortly after.
We had him in our top 4. We picked him up at a much higher number than that, so this is a real high that goes with that.
DC United have traded their 13th overall first-round pick to Orlando City for targeted allocation money and the 12th overall second-round pick.
The conversation started yesterday, just shopping around a little bit, seeing who may be willing to move their pick. And you can have many things teed up, but things happen very fast on the floor, and you just have to go with it and make a decision.
With the 12th pick of the second round, DC United select midfielder Paul Klaus.
To hear my name called, and especially by DC, a team that I have a lot of respect for, and I love the coaching staff here, and had a chance to talk to them at the combine, and so it's been an amazing experience.
We're pleased today. A lot of work on the floor, getting some trades done, but we feel we picked up 2 of the better players in college soccer this year.
Today's a good day, I think, for DC United. We got 2 guys that check the 2 boxes we were looking for. One is talent, and 2, they fill needs for us. If you told us we'd get out of here with these 2 young talents before this draft, we'd be ecstatic.